well, I'll give you the price breakdown, but this throne is really, really nice. I didn't skimp on the. I could have skimped on the throne, sure, but at 50 years old, with my back the way it is, uh, I mean, this I could sit in it for hours. It's so comfortable. It's got lumbar support, the back support there, and I did buy some guitar strings for the 8 string and the 7 string, but we won't add that in there. I bought the Korg MA2 what you call it, a metronome, and then right beside the camera is the drum dial. It's just simply called drum dial. And yeah, I can't wait to use that to retune these. But I'm not going to tune this probably for another week or so. I'm going to tune it lower. I'm going to refine everything, and then I'll worry about stuff like that. Okay, so let's get into the price list, the price breakdown. Okay, so the Mapex 4-piece Anaconda burst, $12.99. Mapex. If you want a model number, it's MPX-AR529XBPFG. Okay, now the next one is Mapex 5-piece hardware pack Chrome, and that model number is MPX-MP6005, and that was $4.99. So $12.99, $4.99. And then the digital drum dial precision drum tuner, model DDD, was 135. Yeah, 135. Okay, I thought it was 100, but okay. Then the Korg digital metronome, blue black, model number MA2BLBK, and you get them in a bunch of different colors. $31.99. Okay, the Tama Soundworks. Yeah, is that what is it? Steelworks? I said Steelworks. Okay, Soundworks. Soundworks. Steel drum, 6.5 by 14 or 14 by 6.5. Snare drum, model DST 1465, $279. I thought it was $400. Okay, I was looking at the. Okay, yeah. So yeah, DST 1465. So that's the model number. MPX saddle top is, I guess, the name of this throne. Vinyl throne with backrest. So the snare was $279. The Mapex saddle here is $339. So this is not the top of the line one, but it's, again, bang for the buck. Again, pretty good. Model number MPX T375. Okay, then we get to the Sabian cymbal pack. 2-piece cymbal pack, 14-inch hi-hats, 18-inch crash ride, SBR model, and that was $254.99. And the model number is, don't drop it, model number is SBR 5002. Okay, and then, the 8 string's not going to add that. The 7 string's not going to, don't care about that. The total, subtotal, okay, this is also going to include another about $30 worth of guitar strings, but anyway, subtotal $2866.36. HST, $372.63. Total $3,238.99. Down payment, well, you don't need to know that. Balance due, you don't need to know that. Okay, and so that's the cost of the kit. Okay, now the monthlies for this at 18% interest rate. I know that's outrageous. Is total. Okay, total interest is going to be $240.74 on this kit. So on top of 32, so that'll be 34. $34.78.99. $34.78.99 is where I'm at, and my monthly payments are $236.16. So we'll just call it $3,500. Okay, we'll just call it $3,500. We'll round up a bit. So did I get a good deal for $3,500? Well, to me, yes. I know every drummer would probably spend their money a little bit different. Some would say, yes, you got a good deal. Some would say, no. Okay, what are you getting for your money? Okay, well, you're getting a professional kit. Maybe not the top of the top of the top of the top of the line, but, like, it's a good sounding kit. The hardware's good quality. Like, again, if I have to play this for the next 20 years, I'm definitely okay with that. There's the other thing about it is it's a kit that you don't have to, you can just, like, once I pay it off, I just worry on upgrades. I don't have to think about, oh, okay, well, I got to get another kit before I can upgrade. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I just didn't, I always say don't spend $100 to save 10. So what I mean by that is when you buy something, you don't have to replace it later because it wasn't good enough to do the job in the first place, or wasn't exactly the icing on the cake, whatever it would be. In this case, that's not the case. It's okay. The only downsides to this drum kit is you can't buy more at current. You can't get any more modern toms for it or floor toms for it, because it's a limited edition. Well, you can get more toms, but you can't get it in that color, right? So you can't get any Anaconda Bursts studio toms or the other floor toms. So if you look at the Mapex Armory kit, it's typically in three chunks. It's a kit like this, which is a standard rock kit, right? They just call it the Mapex Armory. And then you've got the Mapex Armory Fusion, which has the big toms like this, and you can get up to 3 of them. But you get a smaller bass drum. It's like 18 by 20 or something like that, which is, I would actually prefer to have that, just because, like, I don't regret buying this, but it's just for portability. And when recording, you don't really need that big of a bass drum to record with, but I'm not going to trade that for anything. You know what I mean? And then you got the Studio Ease kit, which is the third tier of that, which they have up to a 7-piece kit on these. It's just Long McQuaid no longer carries the 7-piece. And the Studio Ease is what I wanted, which is basically the same toms as a regular kit with that third tom, but they're 2 inches shallower, so you don't have to hit them as hard to get the same whatever. They don't need to produce as much volume because you're in the studio, right? So whatever. And the kick drum is like, I think, a 20 by 22. I think it is like 22 by 24 or something like that. The toms are like, again, about 2 inches shorter on each tom or whatever. So there's like a 16 by 18. That'd be like a 16 by 16 on the studio kit. Which is what I actually really wanted, but at first, but as soon as I saw this, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll make the extra noise. You know what I mean? Like, this will be fine in a studio. It's just, I was thinking, a little more compact for the room here. This is a little bit bigger, whatever. But yeah, like, it's okay, fine. It's a full-sized kit. Like, it's a full-sized kit. The cymbals aren't the best in the world. That will be one of the upgrades. I'm not a big cymbals guy, though. So, like, I might only have maybe 4 or 5 cymbals by the time I'm done, considering my old drummer had something like 19 cymbals. Yeah, it was crazy. He had a gong and everything. I would like to get a gong, though, but I'm going to have to knock out a wall or something to put it in. Not a big one, but just, one behind me. But the main upgrades will be like skins, a double pedal. That I'm going to go ridiculous with. But I got a long road ahead of me too. I gotta get out of here. So anyway, that's what I paid for it. No, I don't regret it. Yeah, the interest rate's going to be a bit high, but at the end of the day, when you get what you want, it's like that Mesa Boogie that's sitting there, in the corner. I bought that when I was 15. And you know why there's not a Marshall sitting there? Because I bought that when I was 15 instead of the Marshall. You know why, like a whole bunch of other amps aren't sitting there? Because I bought that when I was 15. I still don't feel the need to upgrade that thing. It's just, I put it on the stage. It doesn't matter what the other guitar player is using. All the guitar players in the audience are going to be standing in front of this, just going, that is the craziest sounding cab I've ever heard. The other guy's going to have vintage 30s over there. This has the Celestion C90s. The vintage 30s is going to sound cool at first, but then the clarity, the power, it was money well spent. Same's going to be said about this, So I know it's expensive, but the way I look at it is I'd rather spend the money now, right? And just like 2 years from now when it's completely paid off, or a year from now when it's completely paid off, I'm not going to care what I spent on it. You know what I mean? Now, if you can't pay your rent, if you can't afford to eat, if you can't, you don't have any, leisure money whatsoever, yeah, you shouldn't be buying decadent things like this. And I am a very, very, unwealthy guy. You look around the room, you would say no, but I didn't get all this stuff overnight, and I'm still doing payments on a lot of this stuff. I can't afford to buy this stuff, but I can afford to do payments, right? And this is my cigarettes. This is my weed. This is my alcohol. This is my, hookers and beer or whatever, you know what I mean? However Bubbles would say it. Or liquor and horror.